We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the Pizza Party Podcast, and we're actually doing this live over Picario. Nolan told... Picarto, whatever that is. Maybe we'll do it again sometime, but this is only a test. I'm Pan Pizza. Who are you people?
Oh, hey, it's Jim.
Oh, Jim. Jim's starting the introductions already, huh?
I thought I go and then you go. I thought that was the order. Do you want to go and then
is it because you're the most popular, Jim? You know what? That's it. I'm leaving. Good day, everybody.
Oh. Well, and then we got Izzy.
Oh, I don't think Izzy's here.
Izzy?
Yeah, no, Izzy's not here.
Edit in a wind sound effect here. Just edit in a wind sound effect.
Izzy, okay, due to my incompetence of not scheduling properly, Izzy couldn't join us. Also winter break, but whatever. It's a Christmas podcast.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh,
Merry
no.
bathtub, everybody.
Oh, no, we have to get Izzy a Christmas present. Well, I'll have to sell my hair to get her a comb. Is that how this works?
Yes.
Or do I have to sell...
What kind of joke was that?
Do I have to sell her hair?
It's a reference,
to get me a comb? Do I have to sell my piano to give her music? I don't.
How do you? You don't have to sell a piano to get music. You can just pirate it.
Oh, wait. I think it is. I sell her my hair to give her the gift of the Magi. I think that's how it works.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Jim, we don't understand your references.
I actually haven't.
Jim, why the fuck are you so old?
If this was the pre-recorded podcast, we could use the clip where Negasonic Teenage Warhead says,
"Fuck, you're old."
I mean, you can still use it. You can cut it later, unless you don't want to.
It sucks listening to this live because you're not getting any sort of intro music or clips or anything.
Oh, that's true. But if you're listening to this recorded, then it's probably really cool.
We have 30 users, so
they're only 30.
That's something.
Wow,
should I tweet this out that we're doing this right now?
Fuck,
I guess well. You guys can go ahead and do that. People like you guys more, so.
Oh boy, let me.
Hey, that's people like you as well.
No, I know they like me, but they don't like me as much as they like you two. So.
No, I think people love you.
Shut the fuck up, Jim.
If they love you as much as I love you, then they probably love you a lot.
But yeah, the next video is going to be top 5 cartoonists who hate themselves. Originally, I was going to upload that last week, but I decided that Rhapsody Street Kids was more important. A review on this stupid, bad CGI Christmas film that was considered lost media for a long time. And it's going to be partially a review, partially a Midnight Society video, because there's a lot of weird stories that goes on behind the scenes with that thing, stuff that involves Scientology and other weird conspiracies.
You haven't done a Midnight Society in a while. Well,
technically, when I did the top 5 lost cartoons a while back, that was a Midnight Society. I just didn't use the intro, so that counts. It had the spooky atmosphere, but yeah, I wanted to get it out before anyone else reviews this thing before I do.
Someone on the stream says, "When are we getting cheerleism?" Haha.
Our first tsundere.
That's an old meme.
She's never gonna come on.
Wait, who?
This girl that we bully, and she's like an edgelord, and she's always like, I don't like talking. I don't want to go on Skype.
Was she the egg person?
Egg person?
No, that's Zoe.
No, that's Zoe.
Sorry. She'll always be the egg person.
Zoe's happy and perky, and cheerleism's like, oh, do I have to go on the podcast? Oh.
Make her seem like such a whiner when in reality
she's basically Tina from Bob's Burgers, but she doesn't want to admit it because she's like, I hate Bob's Burgers. Only
You're a fucking savage, Pan. Damn.
Only people on Tumblr like Bob's Burgers because it's so relatable. XD. I hate all of you. That's her. That's cheerleism.
You're a fucking bully.
Yeah, but you want to get into the news?
Oh, yeah.
This is CNN.
Okay. This is CNN. Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
All right. This news appeals to me because We know that Amazon is known for making TV shows exclusive to their Amazon service, but they're gonna make their first Amazon animated film, and you know what it's based on?
What?
What?
Oh,
Emily the Strange!
Jesus Christ.
Yes! Does anyone remember going to Hot Topic and buying boatloads of Emily the Strange products?
I remember that they were there, but I didn't buy them.
Yeah, it was a better time.
That's back when Newgrounds was funny.
Yeah, I remember back when Newgrounds was funny when we were all 12, living in the suburbs, drinking Pepsi, playing Halo co-op on the easiest setting. But yeah.
The worst part is this is live. I can't kick you.
I actually don't remember that one.
Wait, you don't remember the whole thing?
I didn't
anymore?
memorize it. I do memorize the teen girl one, the one I wrote. You remember the teen girl who just got off watching Foamy the Squirrel on Newgrounds.com while signing to bring back, that one.
Yeah.
But I always had this plan, like, if I do go to Comic-Con next year, because I'm not sure if I'm going since they're getting less and less cartoon stuff, but if I do go to Comic-Con next year, what I want to do is go to, like, maybe the Steven Universe panel and just go up to the question part and just say, hey, so obviously now you guys respect the medium of animation, but how were you guys when you were younger? Did you respect, like, animation as art, or were you guys the type of teen girl who just got off watching Foamy the Squirrel on newgrounds.com while signing to bring back
Please do it.
petition,
Please
wearing a
fucking
Jack
do it.
Skeleton
Like,
hoodie,
please.
Happy Tree Friend tube socks, purchased from Hot Topic during an Emily the Strange buy one get one 50% off sale, where she discovered Serenity Rose from slave labor graphics comics while her overbearing but loving father restricts her from going to the My Chemical Romance / Limp Bizkit concert with a 5 years older than her boyfriend that constantly IMs unsourced Palm and Z comic art, over 56k modem, American Online free trial disc on MySpace.com, with a top 8 consisting of Jack Sparrow, Jesus Christ, Eminem, and whatever angsty teen band is the hit new thing on Disney Adventures magazine, and spends all day filling out what Kingdom Hearts character are you quizzes, only to complain she didn't get Riku and is unable to watch the 2003 MTV Music Awards because her deadbeat older brother is constantly hogging the living room TV, playing Tony Hawk's Underground on his transparent green Halo Edition Xbox, while he spouts anti-Semitic remarks on how Eric stole his wicked big twist over the helicopter in Hawaii footage.
That was beautiful.
I fucking memorized that shit.
See, what if you do that and then they have that one character who has like the blog and stuff do that in a future episode?
Fuck. Reynaldo.
Yeah, they'll have Ronaldo.
Oh no.
I can see Ronaldo doing that.
They have a story arc with Reynaldo where he goes on an epic arc to find his goth GF, and it's Lapis.
Or he could do. I knew so many kids who had like a goth girlfriend in another state, and then they'd sell like all their video games to like go see her, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I was just joking." Like, "Oh yeah, me too. I'm gonna just sleep at the Greyhound station, and I'll never tell my friends about this." And hopefully I won't tell Jim, and he'll say it on a podcast 10 years later.
Shit. I sold my Evangelion 64 copy for nothing.
Wait, what?
What?
You sold it?
Oh, no, I didn't. But if I had I been in that situation where it's like, hey, we got to meet up, but you need money, so go sell your Evangelion 64 copy.
I mean, I sold my video games together in Greyhound, but Greyhound doesn't accept GameStop store credit, so it was.
Oh, man. But going back to the news, like, Emily the Strange, like, for the longest time, there were, I think it was DreamWorks or Illumination that wanted to make an Emily the Strange movie with Chloe Grace Moretz, Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, but that never happened.
That's like a live action one, or
I think live action. Well, it was DreamWorks and or Illumination, so it could have been animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, what's interesting about this is I heard a story about Netflix did like a presentation just showing like their whole next year of shows and movies. And apparently what a lot of streaming services are doing is they don't want to have a across the board like mainstream hit necessarily. What they're really aiming to do is have their fingers in every, or like have something for every niche they possibly can. So like something like an Emily Strange movie would work better in that than it would releasing that to like as a big promoted major movie, you know?
Normies don't want to see a goth movie.
Yeah, so it's like it's like stuff like weirder stuff that like we like is probably gonna have a better future on streaming, whereas stuff in theaters will probably be less niche heavy. It seems like that's the way things are going. Or from a Netflix presentation, I heard Hulu say a similar thing. So that seems to be where we're going, basically.
Yeah. So if this movie is successful, maybe we'll get to see more Emily the Strange products at Hot Topic.
I'd imagine they're going to push a bunch if this happens, or at least on Amazon's Hot Topic store if they have one.
What a great time to be alive. We're finally getting the Emily the Strange movie. I mean, I remember Butch Hartman recently did this drawing video where he drew the Danny Phantom characters 20 years from now, and he... I don't know, he mentioned how goths in the 2000s were like the hipsters of today. So it's like, wow. Maybe this is why everyone's so attached to goths now, is because it's like reminding them of the 2000s and late 90s. I guess after the craft became a thing, everybody was into goths. But it's slowly
it was like before that, because when goth became like more metally, because it was like The Cure and like alternative bands before that, but when Marilyn Manson like really hit, that's when it hit like in Antichrist Superstar kind of things, because there are goths who are into like the other ones, but I remember Antichrist Superstar, it was like goth was like a thing mainstream wise, and people like loved that album, and then Rammstein and like all that shit in the 90s, and it kind of just kept going until like I guess the mid 2000s when it kind of tempered off, I think. I'm not sure if there's an end point. I don't really know.
It will never end. It'll be around forever.
I guess goths and hipsters share the white people are fucking annoying thing. So I guess that's
Don't ruin this for me, Jim.
Sorry.
No, don't compare goths. Well, Butch Hartman compared goths to hipsters, and it's like, is he right?
I think hipsters are worse than goths. Because goths, what is the worst they're going to do? Is like hang out in their rooms and play loud music and have a candle. And hipsters like just like ruin everything.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, I guess.
Everything's ruined.
Yeah.
But I guess in other news, it's not really major, but like Pixar finally released an image of Coco, the Day of the Dead movie. The Day of the Dead movie where they tried to trademark Day of the Dead and Dia de los Muertos a couple of years back.
Yeah.
God.
Is anyone excited for Coco? Because we only see a basic screenshot, and it's just the kid just looks like a normal CGI human. Like it's not going to be anywhere near as stylized as Book of Life was.
Isn't it by Lee Ulrich who did Toy Story 3?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I didn't check that. I didn't read it. I was just like, man, that's cool, but it's not going to be Book of Life, so take that. That's what you get for rejecting Jorge Gutierrez's pitch back when he pitched Book of Life to Disney.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, there was a lot of stories about how Jorge Gutierrez pitched Book of Life to Disney and all these other studios, but they were like, yeah, nobody wants to see a Mexican-related movie like this, and eventually he got to make it. And now Disney is making their own version of that.
Oh, so that's fucking bullshit.
Look who came crawling back, assholes. Although what the sad thing is that this will probably be... Well, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be better than Book of Life, because, like, a lot of people... Well, I do agree that Book of Life had a lot of problems with pacing and stuff, and, like, will it be better than Book of Life? Because obviously it's going to be more financially successful since this is Disney.
Yeah, but the design in Book of Life will probably be better.
Yeah.
Because because Coco will just have the typical... I haven't seen the image, but I guarantee it's probably the typical DreamWorks character design, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DreamWorks or Disney, that stuff. I mean, like...
Or Pixar, sorry.
Yeah, it's all the same. Elsa from Frozen looks like frickin' the giant lady from, what's it called, Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah, that kind of design's super boring. Like, I don't understand why they can't mix it up now and then. It's getting a little... Especially because you have so much money. Like, why not do an interesting design once in a while?
I mean, like, it's more interesting when you see, like, I don't know, like, they need to make something like, I don't know, draw something like they would in TV animation where all the designs are weirdly shaped. But for, like, movies, they're all designed to look like they would be perfect for, like, Barbie dolls or, I don't know, the same body type, essentially.
Yeah, they all look like they're ready, they're dolls ready to be marketed and sent out. That's super boring. I really don't like that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was my problem with Tangled, and it's like a problem that hasn't stopped.
No.
It's like, ugh.
It'll never end. And
I don't-
oh man, but if you remember being on Tumblr a couple of years ago when every single blog post was somebody just ranting about Frozen and how like these designs are utter garbage. Like Frozen was the cool thing to hate.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised by that.
One thing that really annoyed me about the Frozen hate, like I kind of get, I feel it's kind of justified because Frozen was really a bland movie that got way too much attention, but like some people were like, the world building in Frozen is terrible, and I'm like, it's a fucking Disney princess movie. What the fuck do you want from it?
Well, if Frozen just got so obnoxious because every family gathering you had little kids screaming "Let it go" and "I want to build a snowman," so I think that's what killed it for everyone. Is it's like it's actually I kind of like it, but what I like about it is that the way they tell it. But I don't think it's like my favorite Disney movie ever. Like I didn't sing.
Moana is one of my favorites because of the music.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moana was
good.
great.
I just think the difference between Frozen is just because it surprised people, and that's I think I've said this before, but if you surprise an audience, they're going to remember it, and that's why, because no one knew shit about Frozen until like a week before, and then suddenly it just kind of hits you, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't know what I was getting into. But then once it made like $200-300 million and kept going, everyone knew what it was, and they're like, I fucking hate this thing now. So
Yeah.
so you know.
Crap. Yeah, no, Jim, you keep cutting out for some reason. Like it's only you, but not Jim. I mean,
do you want me?
Jim. It's Jim. This is happening to, not Nolan.
So I'm not cutting out?
No, just Jim for some reason.
Do you want me here? I can like restart a bunch of shit and come back in a couple minutes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So in the meantime, we got to come up with a funny joke for Jim leaving.
Yeah.
Or are we just going to cut all this out?
Unless we want to just like look at the chat and just ask them what's going on.
Yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you guys liking the live show for the most part?
A test live show. There's only 123 people in this thing. Hang on, let me read this. Jason72396 says, what do you think of that one reviewer who said Genndy Tartakofsky should go back to school and learn the proper way to animate? First off, I don't know who you're referring to. There's a lot of animated reviewers, and most of them are fucking garbage, so that person's probably uncredible.
I don't know what to say. That's like saying that Genndy Tartakofsky doesn't know how to animate is like fucking saying that, I don't know, Picasso didn't know how to fucking paint, I guess. I mean, that's a little stretching it, but Genndy is a very talented animator and a very good director for the most part. His sound design is garbage.
Yeah, because I noticed they kept using the same slash effects in Samurai Jack sometimes, and it's like, man, this is getting annoying.
No, it's worse in Symbiotic Titan because there's a lot of explosions. Like, they have the same explosion sound effect, and it's a stock explosion sound effect. And they just play it one over the other, and it's fucking awful, and I hate it.
Look, explosion sound effects cost money.
Like, fucking Warner Bros. Could do it with the DC AU, so I don't know why Genndy can't fucking pay like a good couple of bucks just to get a decent couple explosion sound effects.
But anyone in the chat, does anyone have a question for us?
Oh, hey, can you hear me okay?
Jimbo's back.
Do I sound okay? Is it cutting out?
No, it sounds
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
I restarted everything. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, let's
Anyway.
see.
Yeah, so we're going to answer a chat question?
Okay, well, yeah, because I have no other news, so it's like, unless
Oh,
anyone
that
has
was
anything
it.
else.
Wait,
What
I
about
have
Frozen
Monster.
and... Did anyone else have anything to say about Frozen and all the hate it got?
I mean, I thought it was kind of unfair. It was just because it was so big. That's, it's like hating Justin Bieber or, something like that.
That's an unfair comparison because Frozen has actual talent put into it.
Oh, that's very true.
The most fun you'll have at the movies this holiday. Disney's Frozen, Wednesday in 3D, rated PG.
Yeah, but I remember walking through like New York a long time ago, and like there were shops that were just selling Frozen stuff and just playing Let It Go on loop. Like I was at a flea market in my town, and there was just like one flea market shop thingy that was just Frozen merchandise and a tiny little TV with Let It Go on fucking loop. over and over.
That's the other thing, is they weren't prepared for how big it was going to be. So Walmart and Target actually got mad at Disney for not having enough Frozen stuff. So that's why Big Hero 6 got so much shit, because Target and Walmart and stuff were like, if you do this to us again, we will fucking kill you, because they really hated it. So that kind of added to it, because that used to be a big kids thing with Power Rangers, and before that Masters of the Universe, when you couldn't get the toys and the kids are like, we want these toys so bad, but they're sold out everywhere. That just like makes the snowball bigger and bigger. And I didn't use the snowball thing as a Frozen joke, but that actually does add to it. So I think that like there's so many factors on how big it got, you know? So.
Have you guys ever been to like a Hispanic flea market? Because that shit is crazy.
I think I may have, but probably not as one as cool as like where you are.
Okay, since I live in the most southern point of Texas, besides the Frozen booth at that flea market, you always run into like the same few things. Like for one thing, like towels of Tony Montana and Scarface or The Godfather, maybe John Wayne.
Okay, I've been to one of these then. Never mind.
Oh, like I don't know, like we were walking through the flea market and there was like a TV that was just, I think, live streaming chicken fights in Mexico, which it's legal in there. Chicken fights are legal in Mexico, so it's okay. I don't know about live streaming them on a TV in a flea market, though, in America. That's a little questionable.
I mean, that's a really good way to have your Twitch channel really take off.
Yeah.
Just have chicken fights.
Twitch cockfights, finally.
I mean, people could leave comments like, PewDiePie would never have chicken fights. This is awesome.
Remember when PewDiePie pranked everybody as a huge commentary on YouTube's shitty algorithm policies?
I guess. I don't...
Didn't that happen barely yesterday?
Yeah, so that's news. PewDiePie pranked the whole of YouTube.
That's like, I don't...
Okay.
YouTube's algorithms are garbage.
I don't know. Explain what PewDiePie did.
So what PewDiePie did was, basically he said at 50 million subscribers he was going to delete because he felt that they were all ghost subscribers and that like YouTube's algorithm was like constantly fucking over creators, which it is, obviously. But then he was just like, haha, just kidding, I fucked with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it like worked out, the commentary part. I think it just made him look like he was a little weird.
He trolled us. It
didn't do what I think he wanted it to do. But
this reminds me, a long time ago, like a couple of years ago, early days of YouTube when Fred was still popular, there were a bunch of spam comments in the comments saying, "Hey everyone, we're doing a prank on Fred. Everyone's gonna subscribe to him, and once he gets 1 million subscribers, we're all gonna unsubscribe to him."
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess at the time it didn't work because, like, well, you kind of gave him more subscribers, so it doesn't really help in publicity. But I guess in the long run, Fred's career washed up.
Well, not really. I mean, Lucas still has, like, a YouTube channel. He has, like, 2 million subs, so he's still doing okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
But he sold his official YouTube channel, Fred, to some weird company that just makes... I don't know, weird content for kids, and all the comments are just saying, "Where's Fred? Bring back Fred," and they have no idea that Lucas has moved on to a different YouTube channel. But I'm surprised that Fred has actually 3 fucking Fred movies, and I think I Hate Everything's gonna review them all.
Oh, really?
I really want to stream the Fred movies.
You gotta stream a marathon of like Fred 1, 2, and 3, Smosh the movie, Smiley. Any other shitty YouTube films?
Yeah, if you guys want to see something like that, let us know.
Can't wait to get the cease and desist.
If you want the Pizza Party podcast to do a movie stream like that, and we'll just Rifftrax the whole thing, let us know and we'll put it together.
We could eventually do Monster Tracks, which I think everyone really hates.
It'll be like Rifftrax, except not funny.
We're funny, right, guys?
Wait, so you're saying it'll be like Rifftrax?
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey,
Rifftrax is funny. Sorry.
What became of Mystery Science Theater? Weren't they going to bring it back?
It's still, as someone who pledged to the Kickstarter, I can tell you, what they've been doing is they filmed it, and they did a reunion of all the various people who've done it who like never associate with one another over the summer. And I went to that, but they're working on the new one. It's supposed to come out early 2017, but they've been very vague about what the date's going to be. But they did release, just for the people who gave to the Kickstarter, the first 2 episodes of Mystery Science Theater ever. And it was like an exclusive. Even though those are terrible, it was cool watching them.
So they were awful, the new ones?
No, I'm sorry. These are the first ones because it came from a UHF station.
Oh.
And they released it as like a surprise reward to everyone, that they actually found them while they were working on the new show and went, oh shit, and we could put these on and give these away to our fans. So they did. So they've been like updating everyone, but I still haven't gotten like my t-shirt and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like they have a lot of work to do, but they are launching a new show, so I don't know. I think it'll be good. I like who they picked, so I'm pro it until it comes out and I hate it, but you know.
You'll give it a chance, you mean?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm a huge Mystery Science Theater fan, so I'm like ready. I want it to be good. Whether it will be is up to them.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird to have Mystery Science Theater back, because that was like the main inspiration for a lot of YouTube review shows and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, because most of it's about bad movies and making fun of them, and I feel like that show like really made that into a thing, and Rifftrax especially, like bad mainstream movies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to come back. I mean, that's how I learned so much about B movies, is watching them through Mystery Science Theater. So, you know, because you have to actually watch the movie also. So you
Yeah, because I remember when I was first discovering this, I only saw like the best of clips on YouTube, and then when I actually saw an episode, it's like, wait, we had to sit down and watch the full thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like when I got into cult movies, I was like, oh, I'm like sort of used to the rhythm of these things. And I was like, oh, right, because I've seen like 100, like so many Mystery Science Theater episodes over and over again. Like I know what a B movie's like. So it like kind of, I know so many people who through Mystery Science Theater became like cinephiles and stuff, because they were like, oh, cool, I know what bad movies from the 50s are like, because I had to watch my favorite show, and that was the episode.
But I don't know, it's kind of weird now, because like that requires watching the entire movie, and I don't know, I think Red Letter Media has a better format where they basically show only the best of clips of these movies. So I don't know if like people have the attention span today to watch like classic Mystery Science Theater.
I mean, I think it honestly sort of doesn't matter if they get new people, because it's like what streaming's doing is like the Mystery Science Theater fan base is so large that they could just get that fan base to watch Netflix and it'll work. And I mean, they're actually the reason SyFy Channel is in so many homes, because when it got on, if this is super boring, you can stop me.
No, go ahead, keep going.
When Mystery Science Theater was on Comedy Central and went to SyFy, the Mystery Science Theater fans, because I was like into the show then, like kept calling all their cable providers and getting SyFy in a lot of homes. And then only after 3 seasons, SyFy canceled it. So SyFy actually used Mystery Science Theater to get where they are now. And it really pushed them in a major, like it seriously like got them in more homes than like anybody, because like the fans were so rabid about it. So I think Netflix is probably like, oh, this will work out because all these people are going to get Netflix now. And a lot of them have said they are. Some people are mad because they kind of paid for a Kickstarter and now they have to pay for Netflix. But I think you get the episodes sent to you if you... I don't know. I can't speak on that. But I think you get them sent to you if you paid for the Kickstarter.
At least we still have the very successful channel of SyFy.
Wait, what is that?
Anyone watch SyFy?
I watched
the
a little bit for their Candle Cove show, because I was really into Candle Cove when it first came out.
All right, their TV show about a creepypasta. Was that any good?
It kind of reminded me of Silent Hill a little bit, in that the acting is really hokey, but it seems like that on purpose.
Yeah, I mean,
like it was shot pretty well. Like it looks nice for a sci-fi show, but it was okay from what I saw. I didn't see it all the way through, and I really wanted to, but I had work every day that it was airing, and Sci-Fi's website is garbage, and I can't watch the shows on there, so I haven't caught up yet. It's called Channel Zero.
Yeah.
And it was, from what I saw, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So go watch it. See if it turns out any good.
Yeah. Not the Public Enemy song. But didn't they also make like a Slender Man movie for HBO?
No, that's HBO's.
That was a documentary.
A documentary? Like a mockumentary? Like a fake one? Like they know it's not...
No, it was about the girls who... It was about Slender Man's pop culture relevance and like how it led to the girls getting... that girl getting stabbed.
Yeah, that real life incident where some girls wanted to imitate that somehow and that they stabbed someone to death.
Mm-hmm.
Was that documentary any good?
I don't know.
No, because I need to look into that. Because I have a feeling that more creepypastas are going to be made into mainstream movies or whatever.
I don't see why not.
Imagine if they brought back, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps, the TV show, but with creepypastas.
I think that's what Channel Zero is supposed to be. I think, like, the first season is on Cove, and then the next season's going to be on another story.
That does sound pretty interesting, so I should watch that.
I mean, I know there's a Slender Man thing on HBO because I saw a commercial about stuff coming in 2017, and that was one of the things. I don't know what it is, though. I think it's a documentary.
Maybe it's the documentary, but, like, I'm thinking, like, somebody came up with these creepypastas and, like, I mean, if someone's going to make a Hollywood movie out of this stuff, like, they're going to want some money, so I imagine there's going to be, like, a bunch of people coming out saying, I was the original person who wrote this creepypasta, so I demand my royalty checks.
Oh, how would you do that? Money, yeah, like copyright-wise, you have to like be really make sure you sign the right person. You could sign the wrong person and get sued later.
Yeah, it could be like this generation's version of that the South Park Christmas VHS that a lot of people claim to have been the first person to make that until Trey and Matt admitted it was them.
Wait, really? I didn't know people took credit for it. That's bullshit.
Credit for what? I'm sorry?
The first South Park short that got traded around on VHS tape. And because nobody knew who made that at the time, and a lot of people wanted to take credit for it. That's what I've heard.
I mean, I would believe it because people are that shitty.
Wait, hang on. Someone in the comments says, didn't the creator of Trollface make all the rage faces? I think so. Like, I know, like, there's some guy's DeviantArt who created all the meme faces, like Trollface and Epic Face or whatever, and I don't know, like, I feel bad for that guy because he's not getting any money, as far as I know.
Well, I mean, the thing is with online is it's the same thing with, like, video games and stuff. Like, it'll eventually influence cinema if this is how, like, people understand storytelling is, you know, whether I like it or not, creepypasta, that it will end up influencing movies in the future. It might not even be like, it might take like 20 years, but you'll be sitting there watching it and be like, holy shit, this is a creepypasta, you know? So
I just hope they adapt like good creepypastas. And
yeah.
I
mean, you can learn good lessons from things and bad lessons from things, hopefully, you know.
Hang on, Bedhead Bernie in the comments writes, no, he makes no money. He went to the news to DMCA this meme run app since people were profiting off his memes, the graphics he created. And now someone else in the comments saying, do memes based on celebrities like Yao Ming's face or Jackie Chan's face are copyrighted by the owners? Because now I want to look into the law of that. What are the law of memes?
I don't think there's a law. I don't think it would hurt you unless you're profiting from it. But I think if you made that's an interesting. We should have pizza party legal talk.
We need to find a lawyer and saying, hey, what's the legality of these memes? Can I profit off the meme?
Well, Pan, let me tell you, copyright law is an interesting idea. It's an interesting legal issue. First off, when making a meme based on popularity and profit revenue centers.
Hey, going back to the flea market.
Sorry.
So yeah, like Mexican flea markets are terrifying. Well, Mexican border flea markets in Texas are pretty terrifying because besides cockfights live streaming, like for some reason, like you can just walk around and eventually find what is essentially a pet store in the flea market, although it's just a bunch of caged birds and everything looks so diseased. Like you can just see that they don't change the newspaper very often. It's just a bunch of birds shoved into a cage and it's like, wow, this is gruesome. Oh, and I think you could buy coffins at the flea market too. So, you know, if you're looking for a discount coffin.
Hey, Funerals are expensive, bro. I'm down for that.
I mean, they have everything at the flea market. It's amazing.
Do they have monster trucks on bootleg?
The monster is in the truck!
I'm gonna get you home and away from whoever's after you.
Hang on!
Monster Trucks in cinemas Boxing Day.
Well, you're bound to find bootleg movies there, like CDs that play these movies, and it's like... Oh, crap. I just remember someone was telling me how they saw the Transformers movie, one of them, like the second Transformers movie, and like the guy holding the camera apparently just fell asleep and just maybe bumped the tripod that was recording Transformers and just pointed downward. And you couldn't see the movie, you could only hear it and whatever audience reactions there were.
I mean, was that him falling asleep, or was that like an artistic way to critique how terrible Transformers 2 was?
It's up for interpretation. I mean, there's no right answer.
That was like one of the worst of the Transformers movies, which is really saying something.
That did come out during the writer's strike.
I don't know if having a writer's strike or not would have helped Transformers 2.
Oh, yeah, because I saw that midnight screening and it was like, wow, this movie's a fucking mess. Like, there's a scene where they're at at a museum, the Air and Space Museum, and they walk out a door and they're suddenly in the desert somehow.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, 3 and 4, 3 I think was better, but I think they were all terrible, and they're all like 3 hours long, and...
Yeah.
And you have to like deal with somebody telling their kid to shut up, and it's like, oh
yeah,
worst.
I remember in the second one when Optimus Prime died, like you just hear a little like a 5-year-old saying, "Is Optimus Prime dead?" Yes, kid, he's dead.
I remember having a dream about Transformers, and I have no idea why I dreamed it.
Yeah.
But it was Optimus Prime with that huge fucking sword from 4, and there was this dude on like a sacrificial altar, and Optimus Prime was just fucking torturing him.
What the fuck?
That was probably...
I was like, why the fuck am I dreaming? And I woke up and I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
You had a dream about my experience, what my experience like seeing Transformers 2 was.
Holy shit. But are you guys excited for Transformers 4? 5?
5?
5.
No, not at all. I hate those movies because I'm like, well, I guess I should see them because they're big movies. But then like every time I see them, everyone's so happy with them, and I'm like, what fucking movie did you see? Like, I've hated every single one of those. They've all sucked except for the cartoon movie. They were all awful movies. I fucking hate each one of them.
Like, I think I would like them better if the pacing was a lot better, like if they cut out a lot of stuff, because these movies are like almost 3 hours. It's like, God, just get to the point. Like, that's what I liked about the Ninja Turtle movies have better pacing, the recent ones.
No, they do have much better pace, and they're a lot more coherent, because like Bay just got obsessed with like moving his camera around and having it go through buildings and all this shit, and you're like, at first you think it's cool, but you're like, you have to like end the shot at a certain point, Michael Bay. Like, it's just like he's trying to be artistic, and you're like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, it's really hard to watch. They're pretty unwatchable. I just don't. I wish they would just make it like the cartoon and have like 80s music and like that's what I want. Like, and Ninja Turtles finds a way to balance that a little better. Like
they're very overly serious, and the colors all look orange and teal.
Oh yeah. I mean, at least Ninja Turtles gets. I might have totally forgotten both of those movies, but at least they tried to have fun, and Transformers tries to be like an existential war movie that's also absolutely horrible. It's just like, I fucking hate those movies.
It comes off as pretentious.
I wouldn't say it's pretentious. It's like the guy who doesn't go to the coffee shop but says he's smarter than everyone in the coffee shop and then tells you his crazy theory, and you're like, whoa, you're just stupid.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, it's both dumb and overwrought, and I'm just complaining.
The movie takes itself too seriously, and one major problem I have is the designs, because like in the second movie, I remember there was a scene in the forest where Optimus Prime was killing all these Decepticons, except when he killed one, I was like, oh crap, he killed what's his name, the main bad guy, Megatron, and it's like, oh wait, no, that's Megatron. Oh wait, no, that's Megatron, because the Decepticons all look the same. They look too similar.
got all these gears and parts, so it's like, and they're not very distinctive. So you're just like watching like all this stuff like move around, but it's hard to figure out what is what. So I mean, that is one of the things. Apparently, whoever makes the toys, was it Mattel or Hasbro? Hasbro. Apparently, they had a hard time making toys of them because it's the first time they didn't design the Transformers first, like a movie special effects person did. Which I think might have not been a great idea because they're pretty ugly looking Transformers.
I mean, they don't have a very unique look to them at all. They just look like a mess, just like a pile of scrap metal.
The thing with those movies is that action movies really need to understand like geography, in that you as the audience understand what the space is. And I've never felt that way in Transformers. It's just all this stuff going on constantly. And they need someone who understands clarity. And like someone in the chat mentioned Brad Bird, and like if he did it, he's written essays about how to do action movie clarity and how you understand where you are, and it makes a big difference. And it might sound like something stupid, but then when you watch one of Brad Bird's films, you always know where you are, you always understand the space and like what is what, and it like makes the action sequence so much clearer and more thrilling because you have a sense of it. And when you don't, you're just being like thrown around in a barrel and then hit with like soda squirting in your face. You're just like, what the fuck happened? Okay, sorry. I'm like, I really don't like this. No, sorry.
We opened a fucking can of worms, didn't we?
We got a rant about Transformers. But I didn't see the fourth one, but there was this one scene that a lot of people talked about. This was when the Brony thing was happening. There was a scene where somebody picks up a Rainbow Dash toy and it transforms into a gun. But if you look at that scene closely, you can see that Rainbow Dash is not really there. It looks like a 2D object, like they photoshopped it onto there and it transforms into a gun. And this is in the fucking theatrical high budget movie. It looks like a 2D object. I'll link to it in the description. But it's like the worst effect. It reminds me of Mona when they had that green screen thing where Moana was in that green screen thing where it's like two-dimensional objects in a 3D space and she's carrying like fruits and vegetables in 2D. It looked like that. It looked that bad. Like it is some of the worst effects.
I think the difference is in Moana they meant to do that, and in Transformers it was just like, fuck it, let's get this done.
Yeah, it was stylized in Moana.
Yeah, in Moana that's one of the coolest parts. I love that. It's funny.
But I saw that in 3D, so that effect became very very noticeable and had a nice style to it.
The 3D in those movies, some of the times can be kind of cool, but it's really hard to know where to focus your eye. And anyway, I'm gonna stop shitting on. I'm sorry. I
mean, the only time I ever felt like 3D was ever worth watching, like any movie was worth watching in 3D, was Jurassic World and I guess Doctor Strange, and that's about it.
Those two. There's like a couple others I can't think of now. Though.
I mean, after Avatar, like everybody had to do freaking 3D.
I'm surprised 3D has stuck around for as long as it has.
It's just because of foreign stuff, but I think the second Harry Potter, the 3D was good, but that's because they spent like a year working on just the 3D. Like you have to actually spend a lot of time on it because it's the second one. I remember the depth was like really cool. And if you can get that to work. But I haven't seen a good 3D movie. I'm sure somebody saw some review I did that said it was better, but I can't think of one I've seen in a while that I really, really liked. Gravity. Gravity in IMAX 3D. That was like really amazing. I actually haven't seen it in regular because I had such a great experience with that. So that's one that one was just like really thrilling in IMAX 3D, and Monster Trucks is in IMAX 3D, which is of course how I'm going to see it. So
it's almost here. Like we're seeing TV spots. It's coming. It's almost here. And you took a photo of like you're going tree shopping, and they just had like this dinky little sign that says Monster Trucks coming soon.
It wasn't. I didn't get my Christmas tree there, but I was walking to work and I saw it, and I was like, oh my god! I was so happy. I've decided I've come up with what I'm going to call Monster Truck fans. We're going to be Monster Truckers, but to everyone else, we'll be Monster Truckies. That's what I've decided this. And Monster Truck Con 2017, which is happening in June at the Baltimore Convention Center. I haven't booked this yet, but I feel like if we show up, they'll be cool with it. And I will be the keynote speaker. With me and Creech are going to talk. So it's going to be really cool. I'm so excited. I'm going gonna bring Monster energy drinks. I'm gonna, I'm gonna paint the town red with monster trucks. I'm so down for this movie.
I gotta go. Let me read this one post I found on the Monster Trucks IMDb.
Wait, is it about the making of, or?
Yeah, hang on, let me find it. All right, this is an IMDb post that says, "I live in the town where this was filmed," and this was posted in 2014, which this movie came out basically 3 years later.
That's a good sign for a January movie. If it was made 2 years ago.
They didn't care, but let me read this. It says, "I live in Chilliwack, BC, Canada, where they are currently filming this Monster Trucks movie. I will never pay to see this movie. The production crew has been very rude. They act like dicks all the time. They closed every major road in town. Nobody can get anywhere without jumping on the highway. I've been late for work multiple times because of their roadblocks. To the producers, leave my town alone. I am no longer willing to change my life around because you decided to film some stupid movie. It is not okay with most residents that you have to cut the town in half. From now on, I will be ignoring all film crew signs and acting as if no film crew is there at all. I will walk through the, quote, set. It's not a set, it's a road. And if you have a problem with that, then you can fight me. I'm sick of beep. They wrote beep. Hollywood people coming to Canada and acting like they're gods. Go beep yourself, production crew of monster trucks."
So I'm wondering if this person's regular weekend is going to Target and just asking for the manager.
Oh.
Hey, leave him alone. He's been late to work multiple times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry you're late to work. He just sounds like someone who's very consumer complaint heavy. That's all.
Look, it's for the greater good. It's for monster trucks.
Yeah, like, doesn't this person understand what monster trucks is going to be? It's going to stop Trump. Like, Trump, I don't know if you noticed, when is Trump getting inaugurated? Isn't it that weekend, the Monday after? Monster trucks, we will all rise up and defeat Donald Trump because of our love for the monster trucks. Creech will organize all of us. That's what we've been waiting for.
That's not how it's going to happen. But no, when Trump is being sworn in, a fucking monster truck will come and crush him, and then the dude will step out of the car, and then he'll just be like, "Hell yeah, rock on!" And then he'll just start like holding up the rock sign and like banging his head back and forth. And then everybody will fucking riot. It'll be great.
Wow.
No,
I can't believe Bernie Sanders did that.
No, actually, I'm going to combine these ideas. And Bernie Sanders is driving Creech, and he drives onto like the stage area, and Creech, with his tentacles, rips Donald Trump's head off, throws it at Mike Pence, and Mike Pence dies somehow. And then Bernie Sanders comes out holding Donald Trump's head while it's oozing out blood, and says, "The revolution has begun. Go see fucking monster trucks in IMAX 3D." Drops it, walks out. We never see Bernie Sanders again, and somebody else is president.
Holy shit.
That's how it's going to go down.
You thought of this all the way through.
Sorry.
Donald Trump is going to blacklist us now and send the FBI after us. I hope you guys are happy.
Oh, man.
Probably. I mean, if Monster Trucks is planning this, we can't confirm or deny if Bernie Sanders is in Monster Trucks, but it's within the realm of possibility.
So get ready for January.
This isn't fuck you, it's January. This is fuck everything else. This is fucking January 2017.
I want to estimate, like, how much money will this movie make? And I'm guessing 15 million.
Oh no, it's gonna make at least $17 from me because I'm seeing it in IMAX. That's the only guarantee it has.
Paramount, I think it's Paramount. They know this movie's gonna bomb. Like, originally this was gonna be a Nickelodeon movie, but Nickelodeon pulled out, and it's like, no, we don't want this. Nobody wants this.
Wow, you know you're bad when the studio that made Harriet the Spy doesn't want you.
Shit. Hey, Nickelodeon.
What about Good Burger, asshole?
They made
Sorry.
Rango.
Sorry.
And that's it. That's the only
they
movie.
did, but
And they made their only Academy Award-winning movie, A Series of Unfortunate Events.
No, Rango won Best Animated Feature.
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah. That was a weak year, though. No offense to Rango. Rango's good, but it was like, I think there wasn't a Pixar. It was like the Cars 2 year or something.
Yeah. Although Rango is a movie that I can't believe got made, because it's like, wow, How did like well, it's by the director of the Pirates of the Caribbean, so they just threw a bunch of money at the guy and say, hey, make whatever you want as long as it's a success. And he made this and it looks so unappealing, yet it was successful and had a great story and everything.
I mean, that worked out for him that time, but then the next movie was, I think, The Lone Ranger, so that didn't work out as well. But no, he's like not that great of a director. I don't like a lot of his movies, but I liked Rango a lot. I wish he would just do that. That would be a lot cooler.
Yeah, because that looks like no other CGI movie that came out. Just like how disgusting everything is. It's amazing.
I think Rango looks very nice.
Oh, well, like the actual like close-ups of these creatures, like it's not like the typical DreamWorks clean, bouncy-looking characters that you would get from those.
Well, I mean, that's the thing I miss about how animated features used to be, is you'd have just a random studio make one movie and the design would be like only like that one movie, and then they'd never make a follow-up, so you had this like little unique thing. But now, since every studio has an animation department, you just get the same shit over and over again. I kind of miss that, and Rango did that. That was pretty cool. It's like I wish we did that more, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of other animated studios, you know Lionsgate is basically making their own knockoff versions of Kung Fu Panda and Planes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like this acclaimed studio, Lionsgate, who has a bunch of movies in theaters, I assume making profit off like cheap knockoff films like, I think it was the Karate Panda, or not the Little Panda Fighter, but some other knockoff version of Kung Fu Panda. It's like, wow, this is a respected studio. Why are you doing this?
I mean, like their ripoff of The Revenant, Norm of the North.
My friend Spo really wanted me to go see Norm of the North with him, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, you would love it, Nolan. You should see Norm of the North.
What are you fucking implying, Jim?
I'm saying you would love it.
Don't you like bears?
Yeah, like big guys, not like actual fucking. I'm very picky with my fur bears. Okay.
I mean, half the movie is Norm of the North tied up somewhere.
Oh.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking. I should have.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then you saw it, and you're like, "Fuck you, Jim."
This reminds me, do you remember Blame It on Jorge? We had him as a guest a while back. He makes all these like top 10 spooky lost cartoons and stuff. You know?
Yeah, you guys are doing a collab, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I recorded a video for his top 10 knockoff films or something. She should be out by the time this podcast is done. Hopefully, maybe it will or not. I don't know. Because I talk about a lot of like Rob Schneider animated knockoff films on there, because Rob Schneider can get no other job. But you guys want to get into the questions?
Why not just do live questions this time?
That too.
Oh wait, Nolan, what won the vote thing?
Okay, so basically what we did, me and Jim kind of started a review war with each other. I asked him to review Rent. He was like, okay, I'll do it. And then he reviewed Rent. And then he was like, all right, Nolan, since I reviewed a movie, you have to review a movie. And I was like, okay. And we decided we'd be cool for the fans and put it up to a vote. So the movies he picked was Oogie Loves or Rocket Power Race Across New Zealand. And of course, because you guys love your fucking Rocket Power jokes so much, Race Across New Zealand won, and I posted the review. We linked it in the 66th episode. We don't have to link it again because Pan's going to link the other review I did, if he does. And the YouTube page is taking forever to load. Just a sec. But so I honored my end of the bargain, and now I forced Jim to review either Kickassia, that guy with the glasses second anniversary movie, or Atop the Fourth Wall, the movie, which is Linkara's $50,000 Kickstarted movie, which you guys didn't fucking vote for, apparently.
$50,000?
$50,000 to make the Linkara movie.
Okay, well,
sorry.
Okay, if $50,000 to make that, like, I think the only way they spent $50,000 to make that was just to fly everybody in over plane or whatever.
They built a set.
Where? I watched the first 30 minutes. They were on like a spaceship, and it was clearly just someone's like house office, and that was it. Good God.
No, they built a set for Linkara's actual spaceship. They couldn't be arsed to build anything else.
God damn.
Okay, hold on.
50,
I clicked the wrong link.
You got 50,000 on Double Dragon?
So, 992 votes were cast. Kickassia won with 675 votes.
Yay.
And atop the fourth wall, the movie lost with 317.
So Kickassia it is.
Crap.
Yeah, so you have to review Kickassia, Jim.
How do you find this movie?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I remember.
It's on YouTube. It's on That Guy with the Glasses official website. You can buy the DVD if you really feel inclined.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't feel that inclined, but I'm gonna try to do something a little different. I don't know yet, but it's gonna be an epic journey.
Yeah, you have a year, Jim.
Oh yeah, we have a year to do it.
Jesus
Who knows?
Christ. Okay, so this reminds me of when that Kickassia DVD came out. I think the early versions had like a special edition signed by Doug Walker or something. But I remember there was this YouTube video, I think it's gone now, but like someone re-uploaded it called Why You Shouldn't Buy Kickassia on DVD. And it features this anime nerd who was wearing like a Naruto headband and a hat. A cap.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with
And his
this.
posters in his bedroom are just covered in just like anime girls, and like one of the main posters right next to him is like Yoko from Gurren Lagann with her legs spread open, and just like, good God, have some decency, man. Like your mother could come into this room any second.
I thought this was going to be Mr. Anime or something.
No, Mr. Anime is more tragic. But this guy is opening the package, and then he opens the DVD case and he sniffs it and it says, "It smells like Doug." Just kidding.
Whoa.
Even jokingly, the room doesn't help your case, you know.
Wait, does Doug Walker smell like new DVD smell?
Possibly, he probably like sleeps on.
Doug Walker probably smells like fucking. I fucking escaped the word and I ruined the joke.
Doug.
Narcissism. I was gonna say narcissism.
Just repeat it and we'll edit it together.
Yeah, Doug Walker smells like fucking pompous eccentricity.
Oh, God! But this
Is that what-
this anime nerd, for my Loki IRL comic, I based a character off this person, Toriyashi. Well, their old design, this monkey Weaboo girl. But anyway, I guess you can find the DVD if you want.
I'm excited
probably
for you to watch it just to see your reaction. And I expect you'll do research.
No, I probably will. But see, the thing is, with Rent, I got really into researching it. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty interesting. And then I start thinking about with Rent, like how they should have made a Rent movie, and I still think they should have made it they should have waited 10 years longer than they did.
Mm-hmm.
They should have made it now and had have it be a 90s nostalgia thing. I think that would have worked a lot better, and have the people be young too, not have them be 45 and going, I've got to pay rent. Raw.
Yeah. Aw. Did you guys? Well, Nolan, did you see Kickassia when it first came out?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I remember I watched it on thatguywiththeglasses.com when they uploaded to Blip. And the videos were, they had to split the movie into 3 parts. So I watched the first 30 minutes, and I don't know, halfway through the first 30 minutes, I was like, you know what? I'll watch this later. And I never got back to it.
Yeah, no, it was actually 6 parts.
Shit.
Wow. I mean, I'm excited. I have to watch the Sonic OVA first, but then after that,
God
we shall
damn.
see.
Even as a
I really
fan-
wish I made you Kickassia. I mean, atop the fourth wall of the movie instead.
Hey, you can pick that next time.
Even
Okay.
as a fan at the time, I was just like, wow, this is bad.
I was super into it. I was like, I want there to be more That Guy with the Glasses movies.
Yeah, I remember
can't
when
believe I
we
said
first met, you were defending those movies.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah.
That's funny how I met Pan. We met in 2011?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, we've known each other for a good long while now.
Yeah, and at the time you were just defending those movies, saying, no, I like those. Those are good. And now chimes have changed.
It's so weird how times have changed. I used to be one of those fucking stupid fanboys, and now it's like, hey, what's up, fucker?
Yeah. I don't know. I remember when MTV wanted to buy That Guy with the Glasses, but Doug refused, and...
Wait, is that
what?
true?
That's what I've heard. Although, this reminds me,
That's interesting.
Guru Larry did a top 3 video of YouTubers, famous YouTubers that fell off, and I'll link to it below. But they were talking about how one of the first review shows on YouTube was this thing called Game Life, and it was basically the shittiest production values ever. It's basically just camcorder footage of some guys reviewing games in their crummy living room that's a mess, just recording the screen with their camcorder and everything. And at the time, there were no other YouTube channels, and like they had like a couple of thousand views, and MTV saw potential in this review show since they were the only ones, and thought, hey, what if you guys do official reviews for us on our MTV website or something? And these guys, for a brief second, were gonna make it big with MTV, and a bunch of stories came about, like how one of the guys threatened to kill his girlfriend or shoot up their school or something.
Whoa.
And all their dreams just slowly vanished, and these people just like faded off the internet, and nobody can find them online except for one guy, some guy named Jeff. I don't know.
Do you remember when MySpace, they're gonna get bought, and it was between Fox and MTV, and Fox bought MySpace, which I don't know if they still own it, but they bought MySpace, and then MTV didn't. And MTV, as a retaliation, would not mention MySpace on MTV or any Viacom-owned properties for like a couple of years. They'd say like, "Oh, are you on My Room or My something?" Like they'd always come up with like Face Space or something dumb like that. And it wasn't until like recently people started being like, "Just call it Skype and Facebook. Just stop it." Like. I think like what was it like the horror movie on the computer?
Unfriended?
What's that called? Unfriended started that, and I noticed people have not looked back since. People are just like, fuck it, we're not calling it Face Mash and Panda Swish or something anymore. It is what it is, you know.
Oh, God. Oh, this reminds me, like, if you ever want to get a nostalgia kick, go on eBay and look up MySpace, because you'll find all these terrible t-shirts with MySpace as the slogan. Like, one of my favorites, it just says, like, Jesus is saving MySpace in heaven.
Oh, my God. I need to go on eBay right now.
Because I was thinking, like, I need to buy some of these things for the ironic value. Like, I also got to buy, like, a Bush Cheney bumper sticker and put it on my car. It's like, remember 2004? Those were the good days.
Oh, God. All those, like, anti-Bush shirts.
Buck Fush.
Ugh. What?
Remember Buck Fush?
Oh, I kind of do.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Ducking Faux Nuts? I remember that. That was, like, a big 90s one. And when I first saw that, I was like, is that a band? Like, I was so confused. And someone's like, you know, when you're, like, fucking donuts? And I'm like, wait, are you saying you're having sex with donuts, or like that's a curse thing you say? And they're like, you know, when you're mad. And I'm like, why would I add donuts? I like donuts. I never got that one.
Hey, speaking of Bush, my dad, the Republican that he is, voted for Bush and Cheney in 2004, I think, and he had the W Bush sticker on his car, and then his car got into an accident. Coincidence?
Wow.
Fucking Obama ruining my car.
While also on eBay, one of my favorite things, I also found this one book. It was called Too Old for MySpace, Too Young for Medicare. And I think that sums up our lives perfectly.
Oh my God.
I want a t-shirt of that. That is so fucking dated.
Wait, are we answering questions? What's going on?
I guess so.
We totally fucked the questions over.
We're like really not. What I like when people get mad, like, do you ever stay on topic? I'm like, fuck your topics. That's why you come here.
Hi, I'm Little Bush, President of the United States. Come on, Little Rummy, Little Cheney, Little Condi. We can't just sit here while they take away our hot dogs. It's un-American.
Let's answer one from the YouTube and one from the chat for now. But
Okay.
Morning Donut says, question, is there any movies you guys only watch once and never want to see again? For me, it was Requiem for a Dream.
Actually, I've heard that a lot about Requiem for a Dream. Like, a lot of people say, like, it was such an amazing movie, and I never want to see it again. I was like, oh.
Avatar for me, probably. Because literally, who gives a shit about Avatar?
Well, I think mine would be 12 Years a Slave, just because, I went through a really rough time before I saw it. I dropped my phone in the toilet, like, on my way to see 12 Years a Slave, and I was freaking out. I was like, this is going to cost a lot of money. And then I sat in 12 Years a Slave and I go, wow, this movie really put me dropping my phone in the toilet in perspective.
That really happened?
Yes, it did.
Oh my God.
I remember watching it and thinking like, man, my life's not so bad. I mean, I'm not a slave for 12 years. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think I'll get over this phone thing. It like really like centered me on. I was like, I'll never have that. If I drop my phone in the toilet again, maybe I'll go see 12 Years a Slave again. But other than that, I probably won't.
Wow. But for me, this was back when I was doing the top 10 cartoons for gamers or something. Like basically a top 10 list of cartoons and movies based off video games, but not based off a direct video game, like no Mario movies like Scott Pilgrim or Tron. They're just movies about video games and stuff. But anyway, on Netflix, I found this one movie about gaming. It's called Ben X. And it's about a kid who is too attached to this one massively multiplayer online game, and he has autism and he gets bullied a lot. And through the whole movie, it's basically just him suffering. And it's like, why am I watching this? Like, if you just want to suffer for about 90 minutes, here it is. Like, I don't even know why he stuck around for the whole thing. I was thinking, like, maybe this could be for the video. And slowly that diminished. Like, no, maybe this isn't for that video at all. And I stick around for the whole thing. Yeah.
I remember this video we watched in class called, I think, Joey or something. And the teacher was like, all right, class, this video is very, very heavy. And I was like, what the fuck are we going to watch? And it's this kid who gets bullied a lot, and then he dies in a car accident, and then his bully, like, they film him walking through a field and, like, just contemplating life, and he's like, I have regrets.
Whoa.
That's deep, fam.
That's like that Daria episode where the kid they make fun of died. Do you remember that? Or the kid they made fun of privately died, and they felt bad about it, I think.
Damn.
I actually thought when you said Joey, your teacher was going to be like, we're going to watch the DVD I have of the spinoff of Friends.
I still am surprised that actually exists.
Oh, you can get, and I remember it was like super discounted even when it came out, the complete series of Joey on DVD. So watch it.
Was it any good?
I never watched it, but I mean, they set it up like when they ended Friends and they had like all the friends on the Tonight Show that night. They were already promoting the spinoff, and it flopped I think it got 2 seasons, but after that it was over.
Oh, yeah. But now let's take some questions from the chat. So chat, someone come up with some questions.
Oh, someone asked, why is Nolan the best host on the podcast? I don't know, because he's so awesome.
All right, this one's
Shut the fuck up, faggot.
This one's a personal question for me. Jack the Elite says, question, what are your thoughts on those Catrina Ludes?
I think they're referring to the ones where her clothes fucking exploded.
That sounds extreme, but basically my Catrina's character who's a skeleton and people draw ludes of her. Like, I would never do that. I don't know why I would do that of a skeleton girl. That's really sad. I'm glad I would never do that. But yeah, I mean, it's okay since she's a skeleton, so there's nothing to worry about. Yeah. But next question from the chat. Oh, Shani Art says, question, what was your first job?
I was the Verlo mattress man.
Really?
Kids threw snowballs at me during winter. It was great.
Oh, we've all been there. Well, besides working for the school as a work study or whatever, I did try to get a job for a movie theater, which failed miserably. Like, I turned in my application, and months later, they got back to me, and they called me at, like, Saturday night and saying, hey, we got your application. Are you okay for, like, coming in Sunday morning for an interview at 9 a.m.? And then I just told them, like, does it have to be 9 a.m. on Sunday? And
that's a little weird, though. I mean,
you could have just said, I have church.
I should have, but damn. But anyway, so they say, is there a problem? It's like, no, I'll just show up Sunday morning. And then I do show up there, and then they're interviewing me. And then they're saying, like, so, on the phone, you seem to have a problem with showing up Sunday morning. Is there any reason for that? And I just told them, like, yeah, well, I'm not used to waking up that early, on a Sunday. And it was at that point where I fucked up.
You literally could have just said, I'm I like going to church.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
I mean, you could have just said, it was just more because you called me out of the blue and asked for an interview with less than 24-hour notice, which is a little odd. But that's what I would have said.
I should have said that and turned it around on them. It's like, wow, this little notice. How professional are you guys? Fuck you.
I mean, I've had lots of interviews that like went badly. Not always my fault, but one I did try to get a job at a movie theater, and I showed up at the time. Like we had talked on the phone. It was the time I was supposed to show up. And first off, like for whatever reason, my name wasn't on the list of people he was interviewing, and he acted like I just showed up because I knew people who worked there and just like demanded an interview. So he had this attitude the whole time. And halfway through, I was like, he said like, why did you think you could just have an interview like randomly? And I was like, no, I talked to you, and I like mentioned his name and I went through all this stuff, and then he like backed down. But I feel like because he was so like into hating me that it didn't go anywhere. Anyway, that's not a funny story. Sorry.
Yeah, but any other first jobs?
Some people are just assholes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that I'm still at my job because I fucked up so many times.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who use their position at their job to just be kind of a jerk. I mean, that's like in life too, but sometimes you're there in an interview and you're like, okay, this is a power thing that I don't even understand, and I've just stepped in the middle of it, and I have to somehow be employable also.
But Jim, what was your first job?
I had like odd jobs for a while, but then I worked at an old folks home as like the one.
Wait,
like,
did you work in there or did you live there?
Oh, well, it was kind of like giving old folks a job kind of thing. And I just like hung out and, worked in the mess hall and also, played movies for the old folks in the kind of main activity center. So, that was my first life. That was before I died and came back as an even older person.
Izzy's invading the call again.
Hello?
Izzy, we're taking
Hey!
questions. Izzy's here, everybody.
Oh, cool. Hey, everybody.
We're streaming.
Izzy.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah.
Izzy, what is your first job? What was your first job?
Oh, man. Okay. My first job ever was doing freelance for Bowling for Soup.
Oh, shit.
Like, no joke.
Are you fucking serious? That was your first.
That was my first gig. Yeah. Okay. So what happened was, I was on MySpace and I drew them some fan art, and it was the first time I drew in like Flash, right? And I tried to make it look as close to a modern day cartoon, and like I got a message back from like I sent it to my MySpace. I wasn't expecting any response, and like they're like, yeah, we really like you. We want to work with you in the future. And I was like, okay, what's your email address? Mr. Big Guy Yo at AOL.com. Which is super embarrassing, but it was funny at the time. And then a year later, I get a thing, and they're like, hey, we're thinking about doing a 15th anniversary poster. Would you be interested in drawing that? We need it in the Illustrator files. And I'm like, okay. So I drew it in Flash and then converted it into an Illustrator file, which is the complete opposite of anyone. Like, anyone that actually does, like, vector-based stuff would probably be like, what the fuck, man?
Nice going.
Was that like your first job ever, though, or was that your first? Like...
Yeah, my mom didn't want me to work.
But what album was it?
Oh,
my mom was like one of those people like, you're not getting a license, you're not getting a job, you're going to depend on me for life.
Oh shit!
I'm like, Mom, you're really bad at being a mom. This is not a good thing for me.
That's kind of creepy, honestly.
It's like Joey to the world.
I have plenty of creepy mom stories, but I don't want to take over. Like, I just popped in here and I said a mile a minute. Hey guys,
there's lots of parents who do that, and they're like, I just want you to concentrate on school, kind of thing. And I always kind of wish I had gotten jobs younger, because just like I could have saved up money, I could have learned responsibility. I don't know. It would have. I think that actually would be good, especially knowing that the economy's gonna keep collapsing. So it would have been nice if I had more skills.
Oh. Yeah, but what album was it that you worked on?
Oh, okay. So I did a poster first, and then that image also made its way into the booklet for Sorry for Partying. And then later on, they're like, hey, we're going to do an EP album called Fishing for Woos. And I was like, okay, cool. And they wanted me to draw a picture, and then they wanted me to do a bunch of illustrations. So the booklet was like, instead of song lyrics and shit, it was like a storybook about them going camping. And they had a falling out with their major record label, and then that EP became their 11th studio album. So I actually did album art.
Oh,
Which was pretty fucking sweet, because that was my favorite band in high school.
Yeah. The early 2000s were great.
And then we did Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed, that song's great. Fun fact, he did not play the game. So when I told him, like, oh, hey, I really enjoyed it. He's like, okay, good. I was wondering if it was good or not. Because, you know, Jarrett Riddick is a dude. I almost did his voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he's currently the voice of Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah. That happened.
oh wow.
Yeah, he's the voice of Chuck E. Cheese, and he did the theme song for Phineas and Ferb and did a couple of voices.
I remember when Chuck E. Cheese got a makeover and everyone was saying, like, no, they ruined Chuck E. Cheese. But I'm like, have you seen Chuck E. Cheese before? He always looked terrible.
When Five Nights at Freddy's looks a little bit more appealing, I'm just saying, it's creepy.
Well, I mean, like, Chuck E. Cheese started out as this, like, ringmaster sort of guy, this animatronic, and now he looks more like an Alvin the Chipmunk, pop punk guy from the 2000s. So I guess he evolved into something that's 10 years behind the times.
I love that new commercial they did where it's super serious and he's like, we really like kids here at Chuck E. Cheese. And it's like, instead of this inspirational music or something, it's just like where a kid can be a kid.
That's a commercial you make after somebody fucked up somewhere. Yeah. It's kind of like how Jared, like all the Subway commercials after Jared from Subway, they had to really change it up and like saying, it's National Sandwich Day, yay.
Oh yeah. They're all like really like, hey, Thursday is, or what's it when they name their kid Chicken Teriyaki or something? Yeah, they're really trying to get away from that shit.
Although my favorite sandwich place is Firehouse Subs. I get the turkey sandwich.
Oh
Yeah. My dad fucking loves Firehouse Subs. He's like, no, we got to go to Firehouse Subs again. And I'm like, okay, Dad.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
I don't think I have one of those.
No, it's not bad. It's just that every time we pass it, he tells me, and I'm like, either do it or don't.
Nolan, we gotta get to Firehouse Subs. And he just turns the fucking car around just to slam into the front window of Firehouse Subs.
Oh, okay. So I have a favorite pancake place, right, called Hotcakes here in Indianapolis, and apparently someone really wanted pancakes because there's one day it was closed because a car ran through the glass.
Holy shit.
Like even now after they replaced and repaired everything, there's still tire marks on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, but I would never get rid of tire marks in my restaurant. That's just badass. You're like, look how much people wanted pancakes. They were willing to drive in the restaurant. I would be like, just mop carefully, very carefully around tire marks.
You know somebody who worked there for a long time and just looks at those tire marks and remembers, I remember that faithful day.
I'm sure they look at those tire marks and think, I've been working at this fucking place too long.
Like when somebody dies, like they just throw a rose on those tire marks. Like, yeah, I can't believe he's gone.
They spill out a Mr. Pibb in their honor. This one's for my homies.
Pouring one out for Tupac.
I'm just assuming they serve Mr. Pibb. I've never been there.
I don't think so.
That's an up north thing. But next question from the YouTube says, reminder, if anybody has a question, be sure to post them in the YouTube comments of this podcast, and be sure to start out with the word question so it's easier to find. So our next question is from Monkey:3, like a kissy face. Question: what is your favorite so bad it's good retro video game? Well, mine is if anybody remembers the Sega Genesis launch title and arcade game, Altered Beast. It is the most furriest, yiffiest, fucking gay He-Man type of game you'll ever play. Like, I'm surprised nobody ever makes fun of this game anymore. Like, I looked up videos of it and like nobody's making fun of it. Like, has anyone seen gameplay of Altered Beast? Because it looks like fucking He-Man basically.
I remember this game. It was something.
Okay, because like as you're playing as this guy in a leotard and you're running through a graveyard kicking wolves and stuff, and eventually you get these power-ups and it just like makes you buffer, but your shirt rips off and you get less and less clothes until you become a furry, and it's like some sort of deviant art fantasy, one of those transformation fantasies.
Rise from your grave.
Welcome to your doom.
Barney's hide and go seek for the Sega Genesis.
Of course.
Okay. The game's stupid. It's awful. But for whatever reason, a friend of mine rented it. And like this is like when we're like 9, 10, 11, somewhere where we're not supposed to be playing this fucking game. Yeah. And just something about it is just like very calming, very like it. But it you can't lose. Like it's just one of those like really fucking easy games made for little kids. But here I am, like I'll play this.
Why were you playing this game?
It was my friend rented it, and
why?
You know, but when you rent a game, you play it.
Why would you rent it to? Well, why would your friend rent it to begin with?
However, I did know one thing. If you don't play it, like if you let it idle too long, it goes back to the title screen.
Damn.
And I only know this because I had to take a poo once.
as you do.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I'm playing it, and I'm like, I just gotta find one more kid. Just gotta find one more kid. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go. And then I came back and I'm like, who the fuck touched my console? Like I was playing this.
This is a game where you're a character who's finding kids.
You are Barney the dinosaur looking for kids hiding from you.
So it's like the Michael Jackson video game.
Yeah.
Which is seriously the plot of that game. You had to go find kids.
How has no one edited that game and put Michael Jackson in the place of Barney? Like, what is going on with the world that hasn't happened?
Oh.
Okay, I have a legitimate question. Is it true that they found a ton of proof that Michael Jackson was actually a child?
He was a child? At one point, there's a lot of Jackson 5 videos, so yeah, I guess he was a child.
I meant a child molester. You didn't know me.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, molester did not pop up. It was just like child. And I'm like, yeah, I think he was born. Like he didn't just like come out.
There was never, I think, enough proof to really go after him, but it was because of that one more high-profile one that turned out to be a scam. But there was enough evidence to think ill of him, but I don't think there was. I haven't looked it up in a while, but I remember there were like some cases that leaned more towards that way, but there was never like evidence. Not saying like these people are trying to scam as well, but there were like enough cases that you go, I don't know about this. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so Michael Jackson's
I don't think there
innocent.
was. I mean, it's just the same thing.
Like Macaulay Culkin. Oh wait, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Well, that's the same thing with like. Do you know the thing about R. Kelly and Aaliyah?
What's that?
Did he pee on her?
You know that like he married her when she was underage. Like he straight up married her, and but then they got divorced, or it was annulled because she was like underage, and that's fucking weird. But then she died in 2001, and then like a year or two later, that R. Kelly sex thing happened, and they were interviewing someone who's trying to prosecute R. Kelly, and they said that if Aaliyah had lived, she would be like the star witness, like she could have broken the case wide open because clearly something happened with her and R. Kelly, and but since she died, that never occurred.
Conspiracy. Wow.
So a couple people have said that, but I don't think R. Kelly killed her, but maybe. I don't know. He's powerful. He can trap himself in a closet anytime he wants.
Yeah, I actually have a question to impose for all of you because I love asking this question. Favorite conspiracy theory? Mine is the new Pizzagate one that's going around about how the Democrats are having a child sex ring.
Oh yeah, Cheerlism kept posting that where she's just like, wow, this is really interesting. Essentially, I don't even know. How do you explain it?
Basically, what happened was all the Podesta and WikiLeaks emails have came to light, and they use a lot of code words like pizza and food and other shit, but the way they talk about it is really fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Like, they talk about how excited they are to eat pizza or whatever, and it's just kind of uncomfortable to look at. And then they got way deeper into it, and they're finding all these people with all these Instagram accounts where they're posting, like, weird pictures and stuff. And it's... There's a huge post about it on Tumblr, but I don't know if it's been taken down or not.
Actually, my favorite conspiracy theory is, it's kind of a bigger one, but I like how it's changed over the years. It's the moon landing isn't real conspiracy theory and Stanley Kubrick's involvement in it. And originally how this conspiracy started is that we never landed on the moon and it was all for show. And that was like the original theory. But because the moon conspiracy theory, people clearly realized like that's a little too weird. So they changed it to that we went to the moon, but what we saw on TV was not what happened on the moon. It was all set up by Stanley Kubrick. And the reason people think Stanley Kubrick's involved is because if you see the movie Barry Lyndon, he has a special lens that all you need for lighting is candlelight, because Barry Lyndon is a period piece. So, of course, during that period, the light, you didn't have electricity, so that's how they lit everything. So he tried to get like how things were lit at the time. And the real thing that happened is Stanley Kubrick just bought this lens from NASA, and they sort of didn't realize who bought it and what just happened and went, oh shit. But the conspiracy theory is that they gave it to him as a thank you for making the moon landing. And so then there's all these theories that everyone involved in making the moon landing were killed, and that's how Stanley Kubrick was killed. And it's like, or died basically. And I just, I can read on and on all the theories about it. And but the one theory that if you're a fan of Stanley Kubrick is that there's no way Stanley Kubrick could have made the moon landing, because he would have interrupted the live feed and made them refilm it 100 times, because that's like who he is. Yeah. And like, I can't imagine that thing was not precise enough to be made by Stanley Kubrick. So that's like, but there's a whole theories that there's in The Shining, the reason the kid wears the rocket sweater is because Stanley Kubrick felt bad for lying to the American public. And there's all these. Have you ever seen Room 237, the movie about all the theories in The Shining?
Oh no!
Oh wait, no.
I gotta.
You should
about
see
a
it.
different movie.
It's I think it's on Netflix or something, but it's all about just people talking about the crazy Shining theories, and a lot of them come from the Stanley Kubrick film, The Moon Landing theory. But like, it makes no sense. It's like the weirdest. When people tell me the moon landing isn't real, I'm like, motherfucker, like just let it go. Like they didn't. It's not a vast conspiracy that we went to the moon. Just like, come on. But I just think that theory's funny because it's changed over time to make it more believable.
All right. Jim answered it in a lengthy essay.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Izzy, Pan, you guys go.
My favorite, well, it was from that one of the game theory videos where it was about Polybius, the famed arcade machine that was said to give people what?
I love Polybius.
Oh, that you were like saying like fucking game theory or something. But yeah, essentially it's an arcade machine that was in the 70s or so that was said to give people like seizures, nightmares, some sort of mental effects. And game theory said it could be plausible since there was this thing called Project MK Ultra in that era where the government would do unauthorized tests on unsuspecting civilians, and one way they could theoretically do that is through a video game that causes all these weird visions and nightmares and seizures or whatever.
Whoa.
I want to believe.
It's real because The Simpsons included an episode.
Yeah. In one scene, it's in the background. There. And also, I think the Goldbergs, this sitcom, also had it in the background of an arcade scene. But what I want to see is Wreck-It Ralph go into Polybius.
Because it was in Wreck-It Ralph as well, right?
I don't think so, no.
No, I'm pretty sure it was in the background of one of the scenes.
It was in the background, yeah.
Oh my god. So Polybius exists inside the Wreck-It Ralph universe.
Yeah.
Because I remember someone drew some fan art and I thought, wow, it would be cool if there was like a Halloween special of Wreck-It Ralph where he goes into Polybius.
Oh.
Yeah.
So my favorite conspiracy theory is Christianity.
Fuck you. You edgelord.
No.
that was so good.
No, there's this.
That's the hardest I think I've ever heard Jim laugh.
I just didn't see that coming.
No, there's this movie called the Zeitgeist, I think.
Zeitgeist.
Do you guys remember Zeitgeist? Yeah, and like it's like 4 parts, and like one of them's like the conspiracy theory that you don't have to pay taxes. Like there's no like legal reason for you to pay taxes.
Tell that to Wesley Snipes.
Tell that to Donald Trump. So like then there's also so it's taxes, there's Christianity and how like where all the mythology comes from, and then the rest of it's mostly like 9/11. But like it's not so much like that's my favorite conspiracy, but like it's the only conspiracy thing I know is that movie where it just kind of goes through and explains everything. I just found it quite interesting. So homework, Pizza Party Podcast fans, this is it, guys.
Yeah, but I guess for the final question, anyone in the chat have any questions? Because I gotta get somewhere before 7. So one last question.
Well, oh yeah, you're an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, it's 7 already.
I was thinking that too. I forgot.
Yeah, me too.
And have you ever tried contacting Sleepy Cabin? Ha! Good luck with that.
I never met them, so I don't know.
Have you
I know
ever
a
had
few of
family
them.
member find out what you draw and that you want to keep secret?
Oh,
My sister found my fetish art and told my dad, and then he framed it.
oh my god. Well, I do have a lot of drawings of my characters, but I'm too afraid to show like drawings of them publicly. Just like, wow, people are gonna be like, wow, Pan, that's sad. You're drawing. I mean, I do sometimes draw nudes of these characters, but I don't upload all of them.
I can answer this question. I'll change the question a little bit to has anybody found any like porn of yours or whatever, since that's probably more since Jim can probably chime in on that. He's probably got a story.
What?
But no, for me, I was I used to stay. I'm a very nocturnal person, so I stay up late drawing stuff. And my friend wanted some pony porn, and I was like, okay, sure. So I drew Rarity like spreading her pussy and wearing stockings because ponies can do that, I guess. And I was like, I organized all my drawings into a big stack, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this up with me when I go to bed. Guess who didn't do that?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So my mom was babysitting 2 kids, and
Oh no.
she was like, Nolan. And I was like, well, and I just woke up, and I was like, what? And she was like, the kids cannot see these. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. Shit. Wow, you fucked up, Nolan. Wow.
Oh, we're on the front page.
But any other thingies?
I don't really like. I'm super like okay. I want to draw more not safe for work stuff, like just out of my own thing, just because I find that stuff fascinating. But like, I feel like I'm super modest with my art. Like I'm kind of scared to do that because like I have such a kid-friendly looking art style that like occasionally I'll slip like, oh, here's my character in kind of a flirty cutie lingerie thing, but like I haven't really like drawn porn. However, I did get this week actually someone messaged me. I was like, so asked privately, but how do you feel about people drawing you not safe for work? I was like I'm not offended by it, go for it. And then it's like, well, what kind of fetishes do you like to steer clear from? Like I'm like the weird ones, I guess. Like I like I like my femdom-y stuff, and that's kind of like the general area that I stay around. But like I don't know, like like they suggest it like rapping, and I'm like that's more Nolan. Like, draw him.
Yeah.
What, like rapping like yo-yo?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sure,
that's
Jim.
what it-
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night, my buddy. Jim, have you ever been caught with porn articles at all?
No, but there's times like just because I'm like weird about anyone looking about my computer that I'll shut my computer when someone comes in and they'll think I'm doing something, but they'll open it and be like, oh, it's an article about that. That's not what I thought you were doing. So I think I've been accused of doing that, but usually it's not that. So I don't have any good, like, they found my porn stories.
Yeah.
Well, not even roommates are like, hey, Jim, what kind of stuff are you into? Come on, we're roommates.
No, this sounds like a weird porn you're writing that I'm...
Well, it's not gay if 2 roommates, do the double Dutch rudder.
Well, that's
With each
well,
other.
that is true. Thank you for clearing that up because that is true. No, I've never. No one's really. I don't think. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a story to answer that particular kind of question because I was going off the original. So I watched the movie Secretary, which is it's like the 50 Shades of Grey before 50 Shades of Grey came out, but actually has ties to BDSM and shit. And I'm like, all right, I want to see something kind of kinky, so I watched this, and my roommate comes home, and I kind of do the quick turn off thing, and he sees it, he's like, so what are you watching? And I'm like, nothing.
Oh, fuck.
And he's like, no, come on, man. I'm like, all right. So I come clean, and they're like, well, there's this girl I'm talking to. She recommended this movie to me. I'm just kind of checking it out. And he's like, oh yeah, I've seen it. It's weird. I'm like, all right, cool. And then he just went to his bedroom. But it's I didn't watch it because of a girl. I watched it because I was like, oh, hey, there's a movie about BDSM. Let's watch this.
Yeah.
It was for me. I was embarrassed.
When I was young, I was not subtle at all. I couldn't act. When I was caught with something, I was just very naturally embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And I was watching this Kingdom Hearts AMV, and I didn't know what it was. I was just like, oh, this video called Sora Wants More.
No.
And I click on it, and at the same time my sister comes down, and I'm like, oh shit! And then I hit, close it. But I make it very obvious I was looking at something. She fucking told my parents.
Fuck.
That's lame.
Damn.
Yeah, my sister is a doucher.
So I guess this is the end of the podcast because I got to go somewhere.
Yeah, I just want to end it with saying that we made it the front page of Picarto, so that's pretty cool.
We did? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Hey,
yeah,
people.
so depending on how this, we'll ask the chat how it went and what they think, and then if we might do this again sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry about being late, guys. I didn't mean to. No one told me we were recording this week.
And maybe...
Yeah,
I'm sorry. But yeah.
Man, you literally have her number. I gave it to you.
I'll do it next time, but I gotta go. But anyway, hopefully one day I'll uncover the entire stockpile of Stephany drawings that I drew. So goodbye, everyone. Next video is gonna be top 5 cartoonists who hate themselves and their work. Goodbye.
Am I on it?
Sure. You can be on it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Please don't uncover those drawings. Oh, God.
Hey!
4 years? You think for sure?
That's all you have to endure. All the total dicks.
All the stuck-up chicks.
So superficial, so
Immature.
immature.
And then when you graduate, you take a look around and say,
Hey, wait! This is the same as where I just came from. I thought it was over. Oh, that's just great. The whole damn world is just as obsessed with who's the best dressed and who's having sex, who's got the money, who
gets the honey,
who's kinda cute and who's just a mess.
and you still don't have the right look.
And you don't have the right friends. Nothing changes but the faces, the names, and the trends.
High school never ends.
Oh, 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 oh.